All right, let's try and save you some money. Equipment that's marketed as being the be-all but serves very, very little purpose. But caveat that there's near always a time and a place for near most things, depending on the situation and scenario. So not trying to demonize things, but 99.8% of the time, you're never going to need this stuff. First one, split leads to walk 2 dogs. You can't provide any individual feedback through the lead. Therefore, it holds no value in terms of developing a dog to walk on, certainly on a loose lead. Let's stick with leads for a sec. Bungee dog leads. They are a great tool to build drive in a dog. So you might find a purpose if you're doing some sort of sport where you want your dog to be very, very aroused and maybe run very hard. For the purposes of walking, it only works against you. Chain leads may have been cool in the 80s, but they've never served a functional purpose. Using bum bags as treat bags. We actually want to minimize visual cues when training dogs. So a treat bag does have its purpose, but we want to be able to hide that around the back and then minimize it and get away from that. Ultimately, when a bum bag is so large and such a strong visual cue, I'd always steer clear. Very few professional trainers, skilled handlers would ever use a squeaky toy unless you're trying to just pull a bit of more of a prey response out of a new dog that you're starting to work with, but we'd fade off it immediately. All of that squeaky noise puts the energy and focus in the wrong place, can pull a dog into too much hyper-arousal. Ultimately, we want the focus and energy and value on us, not on the toy. We also don't want the dog to start fixating on animals that make squeaky sounds or crying babies in a pram. And I know you all want me to say flexies. Flexies do have their place in a very specific contextual way, but we use the Flexi brand with the tape. Typically, the ones with the string should be discarded at all costs. I know many of you are going to disagree with me. Please tell me why in the comments.